All right. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Oh, that sounds terrible, but we're going to do something about that. We did this last year. We're going to do it again this year. We're going to play a little bit of Simon Says, just to get the blood pumping through the veins. So I'm going to say, I'm going to ask, is salt in the house? And then you're going to say, salt is in the house. Okay? Easy peasy? All right. Is salt in the house? Oh. Is salt in the house? Is Veeam in the house? Is Supermicro in the house? Okay, this is going to be tricky. Is Fortinet in partnership with exclusive networks in the house? Okay, you don't need to repeat that one. Is Stenmark in the house? Is Technology Center in the house? Is Microsoft in the house? Is CES in the house? And is Eduboard in the house? And last but definitely not least, to our big partners, is MICT in the house? All right, I hope the blood is pumping a little bit. We are behind schedule, everyone, so I'm going to be quick. Unfortunately, it's a curse, or maybe not, but I will be quick. So I'm going to take you through a very quick death by PowerPoint and a very quick demonstration of Viva, Microsoft's second to latest release in the Microsoft family, and really something that we at SALT are very passionate about. We've deployed this fully at SALT Essential IT. We have also done this for a couple of our customers. Some of them you will meet later on in the panel session, which is around about 12. They're going to be talking about the employee experience that you can gain with Microsoft and just in general from an organizational development and a people development perspective. So without further ado, let us start with the death by PowerPoint. And let me follow my own advice just to click. All right, so I'm going to play you a clip. Oh, before I play you a clip, I'm not even going to talk about this. This is this me. If you've been on a call with me, you'll know my avatar. The reason I use my avatar is because she is super low on bandwidth and she's much cuter than I am. Okay, so I'm going to play you this clip. The one lady that you're going to see in this clip has since left SALT, but part of the employee experience is not just the onboarding and the actual working for the company. It's actually also how you leave and what you leave with and how you've worked at a company, how it contributes to your life. So the one lady here is still with SALT, the other one has moved on, but both of them very relevant to today's discussion.
I can proudly say that I have achieved a lot in my IT career, but my greatest recent achievement is completing my Azure Administrator certification and advancing my knowledge and skills in the cloud technology industry that I love so much. I love what I do, I love everything IT, and finding solutions for my customers. My greatest motivation is getting good customer feedback and seeing them online and working with no issues. Technology is changing very fast, faster than you can imagine. You need to keep the pace with it as it changes. You need to be a go-getter and determine your short-term and long-term career goals early in your career, and then focus on 5.
Okay, I apologize. I didn't share with sound, so let me share with sound, and then I will just start the video mid, not to waste people's time, mid-video. Apologies, online colleagues. We will share this afterwards with sound. You will be able to experience with sound. My apologies. So I think that it's a well-known fact. There are some stats on the screen about how important work is to people and specific components of work. Long gone are the days that we just do a job for the sake of bringing home the paycheck or bringing home the bacon or whatever. My MD, the majestic dame, showed us this picture once when we started on our journey, and it was actually a tree, and then there were the branches on the tree, and at the top on the branches were the managers or the leaders and the birds, okay, and then at the bottom were the other birds, and then you ask, where did the poop go? So those days are over. Employees get to choose, especially after COVID-19. People are just simply fed up of working themselves to death, and money is not everything. Yes, of course, money is important, but your mental health and your physical health is at the end of the day much more important than money, because what are you going to mean to your family if you have a heart attack or if you have a stroke or whatever the case may be? And we're in a very fortunate position here on the cusp of the 5th IR, almost on the 6th, where we really have technology to support us to work better and work smarter. So this is one of my favorite sayings. I tried to find the original author, but there's a lot of them and it's been modified. But it really is true, and that is that culture eats strategy for breakfast. If you don't have a good company culture, you can have the best strategy in the world. You're not going to fulfill the goals that you have put out for the company. So let's have a understanding. So there's alignment on what is company culture. It's a shared set of values, beliefs, attitudes that make up the organization. It's reflected in the way you treat your customers and your employees, and it can take many different forms. And a positive culture is usually based on mutual respect, support, honesty, and alignment with our values. So very important, those company values that are just stuck on the wall and everybody sees them, but it's sort of like, eventually it's like when you live in Swakop or so on, you don't even see the sea anymore. It's so sad because you don't really live it. It's just there. And the whole idea with Viva is that it really reinforces the behavior with our employees to support our values or to contribute to our values. So what is an employee experience platform? It consists of a couple of things. Firstly, let's go from the top. It's purpose and alignment. And in the demonstration today, I'm going to show you how you can actually, by showing people what their purpose is transparently, not, no, I am the receptionist. Yes, I know that's my job title, that's my KPIs. I'm saying, how do you fit into the company? I'll give you another example I like to use. I think it was President Reagan. Please don't Google or LinkedIn me here. It might have been another one. But the point is, a president of the USA walked into NASA, and the first person he ran into was the janitor. And he asked the janitor, and so why? What is it that you do here? And he said, I'm helping to put a man on the moon. So that is where purpose comes from. It's about understanding how you contribute to the bigger vision of the company. And the technology that Viva gives us actually allows for that. It's just amazing. So purpose and alignment, definitely at the top, looking at our mission, our goals, and our outcomes. Then culture and communication, very important, especially for larger organizations that don't have the ability for us to connect or employees to connect on a regular basis. It's very important that we use technology to foster that communication and that culture of sharing. So everybody in the company needs to know. I mean, this happens in Salt as well, and I'm sure it happens to you as well. Sometimes the one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing, and it can cause quite a bit of embarrassment with customers. Probably some of our customers will be saying, yep, I've had that. But, you know, it is just what it is, because the amount of information and knowledge we have that is in silos in an organization, it's just too much for the human mind to comprehend. And that is why we have technology to support us and assist us with that. Then knowledge and expertise. I am a big learner. One of my favorite hashtags is hashtag keep on moving, keep on learning. If you stop moving, you'll die. I believe, just like the tree or the plant that stops growing, it's the same with people. You need to continuously grow, you need to continuously learn, but you need the capacity to grow. So maybe with a quick show of hands, who has time set in their calendar for training or learning every week? Set out in the calendar. The baseline international recommendation is 2 hours per week. Nada. Oh, there's one. Okay, there's one. The baseline, and these stats I'm telling you about, this is not Microsoft going fa. This is literally based on international research done by the Deloittes, by all the big human capital organizations in the world, and it's a proven fact. You need 2 hours to learn, and that just doesn't count for our employees. It especially counts for our leaders. If we want to be an industry leader, if your organization wants to be an industry leader and not just a competitor, if you want to go into the blue ocean shift, then you need to have time to learn and to grow and to think of new and innovative ways to actually apply those learnings to what you are doing in your job, which then contributes to you as a person, but also to the organization. So learning is super important. Then we have well-being and engagement. I myself am a smoker, so I always tell people with great pride that, you know what, smoking and drinking will kill you, but a heart attack will do it faster. And stress is unfortunately part of our daily lives. So the technology is really built to help us reduce stress and to implement best practices in terms of how we should be working. Then growth and development, again, learning and coaching, onboarding, life cycle movements, and talent mobility. Sometimes we sit with people in an organization that are super brilliant, but they're just in the wrong position. It doesn't mean we need to get rid of them. We need to understand our people to understand how they best fit into what they can contribute most to the organization. So that's your typical employment experience platform that you get. There's obviously many out there, but we do like the Microsoft one because it's everybody knows Microsoft is so easy, so for people to use it. And when I show you the demo, the goals actually links up to things like we use daily, like Excel. So you can even hook it up to Excel. If people update the Excel sheet with specific numbers or whatever they're doing, their normal work, it can actually pull through to the greater goals from a strategic point for the organization. Okay, so what we're trying to achieve here with Microsoft Viva is we want to drive mission and alignment. This really, as you could see from the stats, the productivity increases you see in your people are just insane. In our panel session later today, we have Jonas Eleka, who's pioneering the 4-day work week in Namibia. And it really is a fact. We think that if we work ourselves to death, and we're proud of it, if we send emails in the middle of the night, because look how hard we're working, how hard we're working. It's not about how hard you're working. It's about how well you're working. And that's what this technology is about. It's enabling a high-performance workforce and measuring engagement and productivity. And I had a lot of customers during COVID asking me, can this one look what people are busy with? No, it will not tell you that Vanessa is on YouTube every afternoon from 2 to 4. It's not a snooping tool, all right? But it does give you a lot of insights, and we'll have a look at the demo on what you can see. All right, so these are the components of Microsoft Viva. We have Viva Connections, which is bringing your SharePoint into Teams. It has never been easier to set up an intranet. If you don't have one for your company or you want to revamp it, please come talk to us. We've got fantastic programs there, what we possibly can do for you with some kind funding from our partners. So please come talk to us if you're interested in revamping your intranet and pulling it into Teams. Again, if everything is in Teams, it's in one place, we don't waste time switching applications and doing all kinds of dodgy stuff. Then Viva Insights, this is the snooping tool, not snooping tool. This is the one that gives you insights from your own working behavior. So yes, they do look at your calendar, how it's booked, how you use the applications, the messages that you send, but it's definitely not going to tell you who's playing YouTube 2 to 4 in the afternoon. But then also Viva Insights gives you organizational insights, which I'll show you what that looks like. Then there's Viva Topics. That's quite a tricky one, so I'm going to park that for until everybody has consumed the other ones. We'll get to Viva Topics. Viva Learning, if you have got an M365 subscription, people, you have got a fantastic LMS, a lightweight learning management solution which gives you access to tens of thousands of Microsoft courses, not just technology, things like learning Excel. If you're a bad public speaker, go to Viva Learning. There's stuff there to help you. So this is how Viva Learning will assist you to learn and to grow. And Viva Insights will make you book that time in the calendar so that you actually will do it, hopefully. Work from home. All right, finally, Viva Goals, which is really exciting for most people. Mostly our strategic objectives are something in an Excel spreadsheet or a Word document, and the values are pasted on the wall, but that's why organizations struggle to actually achieve those goals, because there is no alignment with our people. There's no understanding of what I do every day, how that actually makes this company grow and do better. Okay. All right, and then very exciting, I don't know if anyone here has not heard about Copilot. Copilot is the best thing since sliced bread. I've been using it myself. My MD has been using it, and I can tell you that if you are not using it, please make a plan to sign up for a subscription. I'm not going to go into that. We've got a session later on with Omar from Microsoft, who's going to show you the beauty and wonders of Copilot. But I'll just tell you, it is available in Viva now. And when I set up our Viva goals for the company, it was as easy as saying, upload goals from Word document, boom, 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 boom. No rewriting, no copy pasting. There you go. Okay. All right, so Copilot definitely across the organization. Nobody is not touched by Copilot, even if not everybody has a Copilot license. It has an influence on everyone because it just makes work so much easier than it has been traditionally. So everyone in the organization will benefit from it. We typically see our customers take one license to start off with, but very soon it's more and more because really it's not just for IT. No offense to IT. IT, you're going to love it, but everybody else in the room, you're going to love it as well. So that is basically Microsoft Viva. We don't have a lot of time to go in depth in these sessions on the stage today. We are available here. Empowerment is with Microsoft today if you want to chat with us. Unfortunately, Empowerment's a little bit man down, so this is Empowerment for now. The other people are on study leave, which is good. They're learning. But do grab me during the day. There's also a lot of QR codes where you can sign up for additional services or additional information. Now, this number is not inflated. I tested it myself with a couple of my colleagues who wanted these licenses. This really is the return on investment with Viva. If you acquire this for your organization, yes, everything, it costs money to make money. It's the same with profitability of organization. You need to invest in your people, you need to invest in technology. It is the same with this, but you can see serious returns on investment if you do that. Then the Microsoft partner ecosystem is expanding every day. It's growing and growing, more and more in there. It's integrating with SAP. It's integrating with LinkedIn Learning, Headspace. Lots and lots and lots. I'll try to get to it in the demo just to quickly show you what that is about and all the integrations that you can actually leverage off. Because let's face it, Microsoft is great, but they're not good in absolutely everything. So they do partner with other people that are absolutely good in that specific thing to bring you the best of all worlds into one space. Okay, we're going to jump into the Viva demo next. It's going to be quick, like I said. I just want to show you what we've done with Viva Goals. And as I said, literally this took me where it would have traditionally taken me lots of copy pasting, lots of hours. It took me minutes with Copilot to do. I'm just going to share my screen. Bear with me. For the online colleagues. JLO team, can you make my screen go there? Not the presentation, the actual screen while it's loading. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about goals. Goals, when we're talking about goals, there's different methodologies in the world. There's, for example, the OKR or the Objective and Key Result methodology. There's also the KPI methodology. Sometimes in large organizations, they're married or they interconnect. We see that often. But when it comes to goals within the Microsoft environment, it does cater for both. So what you do, let's just see. Can I gooi it there? Can I make like... You see, this is how I solve most problems in my life. Okay, all right. So this is Viva Goals. Over here, you'll see some goals here. And this is now from a strategic level. From a board level, goals are decided, and usually if it's in that Excel spreadsheet or in a Word document, that's where it stays, and we try to translate it for people. Now, what Viva Goals allows you to do is you actually are able to pull in all of your goals, and then you are able to actually create what we call key results from those goals. So one of ours, and I hope that we are achieving that, you can tell us if we're not in the contact form and the QR code, but we want to cultivate a customer centric business. So that's one of the things that, one of our goals, because we're very serious about our customers. And then you obviously have got your key results, which are attached to it. So every department contributes to a goal. It's not like one department is responsible for one goal. There's lots of departments that are responsible for it. But you'll see here, there is your main goal, then you've got your key results. And if you then deep dive into one of these, it actually will allow you now to connect these goals to your everyday Microsoft applications. Like I said, Excel, Planner, all of those. So that as people are doing their actual work to achieve these goals, they'll understand that this, what I'm doing, I am updating a spreadsheet to give monthly numbers on XYZ. That will pull through, that activity will actually pull through. So from a board level, from a management level, you'll have visibility on how people, you can drill down and see, why am I red there? Excuse the red, like I said, we just uploaded them. But you can drill down and see who, Bob, Pete, or Jilly, or who is not, or who's contributing to this being a negative number. You can drill down to that level, but you can also, as a collective, see how far are we to achieve. And what you can also do then is if you see you're not achieving your goals, you can build in further child objectives projects. So say I'm not making my sales number, I'm not doing XYZ. You can actually build in further projects or child objectives, which will then initiate more activity from your employees to help you achieve that goal. What is good to see here, which I told you about, is the integration part, is how it connects to everything. So here under integrations, you'll see that obviously Teams is a big thing, but lots of non-Microsoft stuff you'll see there. But what was exciting for me is Excel Online, because let's face it, we're an Excel-driven nation. Everybody works on Excel. So we don't want to reinvent the wheel for employees. We don't want to teach them to, you have to go and adopt a whole new way of working. If you've been working in Excel, fine, you've been working in Excel. Then let's just continue that. The work that you're doing in Excel, let that pull through and get visibility. And it gives you the understanding, and this is all transparent, how what you do with that Excel spreadsheet, how that contributes to the larger goals of the company. But there's lots here. Like I said, today is a very short session. Scan in the QR code, you can chat to us. We can give you more information. The next one I want to quickly show you, which is Viva Learning. So Viva Learning, like I said, this comes with your M365 subscription. It is not an additional cost. You have it. One of my other favorite sayings is that you don't know what you don't know. So if you didn't know, now you know. Go to Viva Learning. You have a fantastic LMS there. It includes thousands, tens of thousands of Microsoft courses, but you also have the ability to loop in other things like Udemy, Coursera, any other platforms. But the biggest benefit is that if you want to reach out to us, you don't have this going yet, we can help you connect your SharePoint site if you do have a SharePoint site. If you don't, we help you build it where you can host your own learning content. So you'll see here that we've got sessions, like for example, on a Friday morning, we've got new stuff at SALT, and we pull in that content. So this is super awesome for onboarding. You can even upload policies. I mean, how boring is it to for a new person to read the policy on health and safety? Do they read it? Do millennials really read it? I mean, I still grew up with what were the Mickey Mouse kids and stuff on TV, but I did most reading. There wasn't such a thing as consuming everything on a device, but this is the way, let's face it, how the millennials and the Gen Z consume information. And they are the talent of today. So if you want to attract them and you want to have them working for you and stay working for you, then this is what you've got to do. All right, so for onboarding, looping up a couple of these together, rather have them watch and consume some nice material to get onboarded into all the policies, procedures, and trainings that they need for your organization. So then Viva Connections. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. So I spoke about, having your intranet in Teams. It literally is very easy to do that. You can take your existing intranet, or we can help you create a new one, and you literally set up an app and it's now in Teams, and all of your Yeah, there we go. There is our internet connected into Teams. It's just, I know lots of people put it in the browser, which then forces the employees to go there every time. That just causes irritation. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the game, but it's the only way we've had to make people see what's going on the internet. But there is a better way, and this is the way. You can actually pull it in here. Every time there's a new post, they get a little ping in Teams, and they can consume that from any device anywhere. They don't need a web browser. As long as they've got Teams installed on their device, they can consume this information. And those little red ticks over there, I've been organizing TechHuddle, that's why I have so many. In general, it's not so many, not like WhatsApp. But those little tick means there's material that was shared with me to consume. So I know it's relevant to me. Yeah, the final one, I'm not going to go into too much detail on all the Vivas today because of time, but we also, second final one, engage. All right, so second final one, Viva Engage. This is Facebook for work. Again, we come back to the Gen Zs and the millennials. Let's face it, they are social media animals. They love it. Apologies, Gen Zs in the room. But if you want them to consume, really to not just consume, but to take in what you are wanting them to consume from an organizational point of view, then Viva Engage is your answer to it. So I'll give you an example. Walter, that's one of my colleagues. He is a super big soccer fan. So this is for personal, a touch of personal, because let's face it, we spend 8 hours a day at the office. Even with flexi work hours, we do work a lot. So why not make it, build in a layer of social into it to just keep our employees more engaged. But it also has a serious component to it, which is that you do have a Facebook or a social media platform for the entire company where you can now, in a much more engaging way than sending an email, you can now actually share content. The ability to make videos, this is much more engaging than an email saying, congratulations, Stefani, this is actually a video. People like videos. This is a fact. This is not Vanessa saying it. Okay, so Viva Engage, and finally Viva Insights, just to show you what you can see from an organizational point of view. Like I said, not a snooping tool, but does look at how we work. If you are a culprit and you are checking your mails during the weekend or after hours, that will be reported without giving your specific name, but you will probably be called into a one-on-one session and said, is your work too much? Why are you working after hours? Why? Because let's face it, life happens, okay? We need to go to the pharmacy. We need to take the dog to the vet. We need to take grandma here and there. Life happens. We need to be able to work from anywhere. But you're not supposed to be exceeding your 8 hours a week. It should actually be less. And this is the tool that'll tell you. Now, again, from personal experience, SALT has managed to bring down this after-hour collaboration one. I think when we started almost 2 years ago, it was insane. It was something like 16 hours a week, which was just nuts. So we brought that by using this tool because you get implementable actions from here. You can click a button and implement a specific process or a policy to actually help your employees have a better work-life harmony. Okay, so that was it for Viva for today. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. Like I said, we're running a little bit delayed. We're probably going to be about 20 minutes to a half an hour delayed. Just a reminder, there is the technology security peoples outside. Fortinet Sendmark. Oh dear, Sendmark's inside. It's probably because it's Lindsay's birthday. She doesn't want to be cold. But they are available to you outside for a chat. Just grab them. Otherwise, we're going to hand over to Christopher for the next speaker.